Going on, everybody up in YouTube land? Welcome back to GoTV, and for our next project. So we're at a estate sale, or maybe a garage sale. I don't remember exactly when, but we bought a bunch of stuff, and I came across. Turn this thing over. That's a old Craftsman bench vise, and it's actually really well made. I was contemplating on keeping it. Maybe I'll flip it. I don't know. But we're going to take it all apart. We're going to try to get all the rust off of it. And, take this splatter paint job off and run it on my wire wheel. And give it a coat of paint. Polish everything up a little bit. And see what we can make out of it. Now, the way these things work is, if you look in here, there's a big threaded tube, and then underneath here you have a big threaded rod that slides into that tube, and that's how the vise works. These little screws here, we don't want to lose these. That holds the plate, that holds the little drive shaft in place. So we're gonna get a little tub and make sure we keep all our parts together. So once you lose them, you'll lose them. You notice there's the little Craftsman metal logo emblem here. We're going to try to get a little acetone and clean it off. And first we'll get this on my grinding wheel and we'll try to get all this rust and stuff off it. And we can clean that off with a little acetone and then cover it up with tape, and we can put a little spray on it. Alright, so that looks pretty good. I got most of all of the, I don't know, all that spray paint, whatever they had on it off. Got it down pretty much to the bare metal. I'll get a wire brush and I'll clean all of these. All of these out a little bit. As far as all of the hammer marks, I'm going to leave them because it actually adds a lot of character to this thing. This thing's probably going to be about 70 years old, roughly, because the locking mechanism, I was trying to do a little research on it, and they haven't made that style like that in a while. They're making the ones where the pin slides through. You kind of like turn it and slide it through. So they've been doing that style for quite some time. So I'm figuring about 70 years old this baby is. I'm want to research it a little bit more, just to pinpoint that particular Craftsman emblem. But so what we're going to do next is I'm going to get a little wire brush. I'm just going to try to get into these little crevices a little bit. Take the paint off of the Craftsman emblem, and then clean it with a little acetone, and hopefully get a little spray paint on it. So I will probably mask the clamp edges off, and kind of like paint everything else. So I put a little piece of paint there, and just cover that up like that, and I'll cover that up. As far as in here, once it's together, you're not going to see it. It actually came out pretty good too. I'll get a little wire brush and clean all that oil or whatever that's in there. If you want to ever get rid of paint on a hard surface, a little acetone will do it every time. So what it does, it actually softens the paint, but I think the issue I'm going to have here is it's going to remove the paint from the Craftsman logo. But you know what? We'll live with that. That's why it's good to, if you're going to repaint the hard surface, I don't recommend it on plastic or anything soft, only because it can kind of deteriorate the plastic. So I do recommend it on a hard surface, because it actually took all the paint off it. And I'll just go over with a soft bristle brush. I'll probably mask off this section here, the anvil part, and then I'll probably mask off this part here where the jaw clamps. Where the jaw clamps screw into the vise. And as far as in here, I'll shoot all of that stuff too. And I'll take a little air gun and kind of blow all this crappy stuff off. Sometimes that's the problem when you redo things and they really come out nice. Just don't want to get rid of it. I have a vise, not a very good one, but it suffices for what I need. Okay, this guy's ready for a little paint. I'll wipe that back down with a little more acetone. Don't want to paint that shaft, so that's got to go in and out of the housing. And if I put paint on that, it's just going to get scratched up. So we're just going to leave that bare metal. clean it up real good one more time. Get all my greasy fingerprints off of this so paint doesn't peel off. Okay, so let's find a spot to paint. Alright, so I got it pretty much painted. Got the base and I got the other part in the garage drying. So hopefully we'll get this to dry another hour or two, and I can pull the paint, the tape off it, and probably start putting it together by tomorrow. I was going to, and my dog's hanging out. Hey Rox, how you doing, honey? I was going to paint the locking bolt. This thing here that goes into the side. I decided not to. I think I'm just going to polish it up and not paint it. For one, if I paint this, I think this will get a little cruddy closing in and out to lock, to lock the vise into place. And I think it'll add a little more contrast to it if it's polished up. So I'm gonna bring that back to my wire wheel, and give that a really good cleaning. All right, guys, don't forget, always raw iron coffee, available on Amazon. I'll put links down below for all my flavors. All right, so we got everything painted. Just let it dry a little bit. I polished up the handles, and I polish that up. That'll go right here. It'll make a nice little contrast. And I'm gonna pull all of the tape off now, and let it dry till tomorrow. So after 24 hours roughly drying time, this came out pretty nice. Took all the tape off. There's the Craftsman emblem. So now we could just start assembling the stuff now. Put this all together. I polished all of these up and got them all on the wire wheel and cleaned it all up nicely. So we can start putting these together. Oh, in case you're wondering why I have so many pencils, whenever I see them at a garage sale or a estate sale or whatever, they're generally pretty cheap, and I just buy them because they're great to have in the garage, just to, if I do some woodworking or whatever. They come in handy, so I just buy them. And not for anything, some of the older brand pencils that they don't make anymore are generally worth some money because a lot of artists still use them. So don't be afraid to research any new old stock that you may find out. If you're out and about, and just go on eBay and just check out comparables. And sometimes you see like a pack of 12 of some discontinued pencils may sell for 40, 50, 60 bucks in some cases, because artists still use them and they like the way the lead is, and they'll pay up for it. So just a little pro tip. Alright guys. That on a workbench will make any workbench proud. Well folks, appreciate you tuning in, watching this quick video of this Craftsman bench vise restoration project. It was pretty simple and quite satisfying to be able to clean this thing up and actually make it look like what it looked like when the person bought it, you know, 40, 50, 60 years ago. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, share, and subscribe to the video. And I will have some links down below to some of my famous raw iron coffee available on Amazon. Not for the lighthearted. If you want a high caffeine kick, I recommend some raw iron heavy metal, or raw iron 440 Hemi, or raw iron power band. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. So long. See you next time.